Okay, I can't do it anymore.
Hi, how are you all doing today? Thank you for joining us, Makeup Therapy with Lauren and Sarah. Today we're actually going to extra step outside our comfort zones. We're going to do a new look we haven't done before on the other person. We both have daughters that are very young, so they're usually the only people we tend to practice on. I do makeup for certain family members, but their features are all very similar to mine. So to actually play with a canvas that's completely foreign to me, I was really excited for. And you know, I've never had my makeup done in a similar vein. So what do you think about it, Sarah?
Oh my gosh, it was a lot. It wasn't as intimidating as I thought it was going to be, but also because it's Lauren, so.
I couldn't keep my mouth shut during the whole thing. You know, I'm like, oh, you're doing a good job. You know, because it's nerve-wracking because you're like, am I poking them in the eyeball?
That is
Am
true.
I going to give them a black eye with, you know, pummeling them with a sponge? So, you know, it's really outside one's comfort zone if you're not a professional makeup artist to do it. So, yeah, so these are the looks we came up with. And if you want to see how we did it, keep on watching. So we're going to dive right in with Sarah first. So I'm busting out my favorite e.l.f. silicone tool to apply the foundation to her face, just slapping it on there. And then I'm going to work it into the skin with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And as you can see, I had Sarah bring her own base products since she is a different shade for me to make sure this look would look decent on her when she left. I was having some trouble getting the foundation worked in around her nose, so I brought out my favorite brush. I also used the brush to blend the foundation down her neck for a seamless finish. So next up is concealer, and I'm going to use a concealer brush to pick up the product because, let's face it, the Tart Shape Tape, its tip is pretty big. Yeah, that's what she said. Now I'm applying some concealer to Sarah's eyelids in order to even the tone of them so I can get a smoother blend with the shadow. I am also going to take what's left of the concealer on the brush and I'm going to subtly highlight Sarah's face. I'm going to apply it to the high points of her forehead, nose, and chin, as well as the crevices around her nose and mouth to brighten those areas so any creases or natural folds in the skin don't look so deep. So next up is setting powder, and I'm going to first take a damp sponge and firmly press it into her skin and then quickly wipe away the excess so that it doesn't look cakey. So next up are the eyes, which is my personal favorite part. And since Sarah doesn't have as much limited space with her hood like I do, I decided I wanted to do a really soft, ethereal, like bridal blown out look. So first, I'm going to put down a really nice light brow bone color. And I apologize from this point out, I get really detailed with my eye placement and my hand pretty much blocks everything. Next up, I'm going to lay down a really soft crease color to help with blending later, and I'm going to do that by following the socket of her eye, followed up by a lighter shade for the lid. Then I'm going to deepen the outer corner of her eye with a very soft brown shade. Then I'm going to pull that brown shade down to her lower lash line and smoke it out. And since I have the space, I'm going to add another soft crease color. And then lastly, I'm going to give it all another blend to really blow it out. I personally want to thank Sarah for being brave enough to let me do the tight lining for her. I wasn't very afraid, but I can tell she was a little intimidated. To help soften up the lower lash line, I use a banana color to brighten everything up. And I cannot think of a better mascara to pull off this light, airy look. Because I did such a light, airy look for the eyes, I felt like the rest of her face needed a little more definition, so I went in with my favorite drugstore contour powder. To carry out that blown out feel with the eyes throughout the rest of the face, I went in with a matte bronzer that was complementary to the contour and spread that around her cheeks, forehead, and jawline. Then I decided to add a flush of color to the cheeks with a nice soft neutral blush. And we all know Sarah, she's all about the glow. But I didn't want it to clash with her eyes, so I used my favorite highlighter. It's soft and subtle and really gives her this lit from within look. And for the lips, I went in with my all-time favorite pinky nude shade. And it wasn't until I got halfway through I realized it almost perfectly matched her shirt. But you know what? I love the finish.
All right, now it's Lauren's turn in the hot seat. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Lauren's favorite combo of her 3 foundations because, you know, she's just that little bit of extra. And using her favorite spatula. I think that is the technical term for that. Okay, so working the foundation into the skin with that expert brush, using a stippling motion, or as I like to call it, like sort of a beading motion, around the T-zone and blending it with a circular motion onto the cheeks. All right, so now I'm going to go in with the concealer to start out a nice fresh canvas for the eye look. So starting off, I didn't really have a real direction to go in. I just knew that Lauren appreciates bold looks. She can totally do that. And the fact that it's fall. So these are the colors that I picked. So off the bat, I picked a color that was close to Lauren's skin tone to set the concealer and to help with blending. Now we're going in with a warmer transition color into the crease and blending, blending, blending. Now I'm just darkening the crease and outer corner to add more depth. Okay, so here's when I went in with the red, patting it on the lid because, yeah, go big or go home, right? So since the red is a cool tone, I'm helping it transition with an oranger color. Now I'm adding more definition to the outer corner with another darker color. Okay, so here I'm highlighting her arch with a banana color. Doing a little bit of cleanup before I conceal. So since I've watched Lauren do her makeup so many times, I kind of used her same technique in patting with her favorite flat brush. Now I'm setting her face with powder, keeping in mind that she is concerned about the texture and that she doesn't like baking. So I'm just kicking off that extra powder and working it around into her cheeks. Now that the under eye is set, I'm going to smudge her lower lash line. Now to lighten up that inner corner, and instead of a normal light kind of color, I chose a darker grungy shimmer color. Now it's brow time. So I'm thinking that a wing would do really great with this look, and I definitely tried it, but I value Lauren's eyesight too much, so I chickened out and I'll let her help me out. So we skipped normal blush and just went in with 2 tones of bronzers so that it didn't clash with those beautiful bold eyes. Now it's my favorite time. It's glow time. Okay, I see you, Lash Paradise, giving those lashes life. Okay, now to finish off this beautiful look with a nice ombre with this awesome nude shade. Yeah, so if you guys like the looks here, you want to continue to watch our videos, like, share, comment, all the above. We have Instagram and also YouTube channel too. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Bye guys!
Bye.